Right, let's talk about what just happened with XRP because this was a serious move, and more importantly, it was a move that we were actively trading live as it happened all day yesterday. Since yesterday lunchtime, XRP has gone from around $2.12 all the way up to a high of $2.40. And as I'm recording this right now, we're sitting around $2.35. This is a huge percentage move in a very short amount of time. And this wasn't something we reacted to after the fact. We were in the market live throughout this entire move. In this video, I'm going to show you the chart, explain to you why this move matters, and walk you through the trades that we took, and explain how brand new traders and experienced traders alike were trading this together inside the wolf pack. And I'll also talk honestly about what I'm watching next because this market is far from done.
I am not a financial advisor. This video is based solely on my opinion on what I'm personally doing in this market. I also want to let you know that some of the links below and in the descriptions are affiliate links, meaning I may get a commission, but it will be at no extra cost to you. Please remember that under no circumstances will I ever contact you and ask you for investments. You can confirm all of my real social media handles in the description and also at milkshakematty.com. This content is for educational and entertainment only, and I'm not a financial advisor.
Quickly before we get into the charts, I want to thank today's video sponsor, which is Bitchinix. Bitchinix is one of the exchanges I personally use for both spot and leverage trading. And they've got an exclusive sign-up bonuses available when you use the link in the description of this video. If you're trading crypto anyway, it's always worth trading with incentives, so check it out. Right, let's talk XRP. Let me bring the chart up on screen. This is XRP on the lower time frames, and you can see exactly what has happened. We were trading sideways from around $2.12, which is around here, for a while, and a classic consolidation phase was just before that. Volume was compressing, volatility was tightening, and liquidity was building all along this position here. And whenever you see that combination, something usually follows. And once XRP started to break out of that range, it didn't just drift higher, it accelerated all the way up here. We pushed through the key intraday resistance, and momentum traders stepped in. Shorts got squeezed and price ran aggressively up to $2.40 at a peak just up here. Now this part is important. After a move like that, you want to see some cooling off and you want to see some consolidation, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. We can see here that it has come further down. That tells me this move isn't just a random hype, it's structured buy-in. Now let me add some important context to why we were so active yesterday. There was a lot of anticipation about Trump's speech that was planned and scheduled for around 8:30 p.m. UK time. And historically, when Trump speaks, especially around macro or geopolitical topics, markets can react very fast. Cryptos, equities, FX, volatility usually follows all of them. So we were fully prepped for that. We had live streams running, alerts set, liquidity zones mapped out, and we were expecting big volatility, potentially sharp moves in either direction. But here's the interesting part. The speech never happened. We waited, we checked the news, we searched everywhere. Even the news stations were showing the White House saying Trump's speech any moment now, and it just didn't happen. And there was no clear explanation as to why it didn't go ahead. No statement, no delay notice, nothing. So the volatility we were expecting from the macro event never really arrived. And this is where trader psychology becomes really important. Instead of forcing trades, instead of panicking, instead of sitting there waiting for something that wasn't even going to come, we did what traders are supposed to do. We traded what the market actually gave us. And what the market gave us was momentum. This is a huge lesson, especially for newer traders. You don't trade predictions or expectations or headlines that never arrive. You trade the price action. And yesterday, XRP started moving, DOGE had strength, and SHIB started tightening up. So instead of waiting for a speech that didn't happen, we traded that pump instead. This is where the Wolfpack really shines. We were trading live all day throughout this move. We had people that had never placed a trade before. We had people that trade a bit but lacked confidence. And also the experienced traders that were managing size and risk live on the screen. All in the same live environment. Everybody was watching the same charts, the same levels, the same confirmations, and everybody could ask questions in real time. This isn't hindsight trading. This isn't screenshots on Twitter. This is real execution. Now let me show you some actual trades. Yesterday I took a SHIB trade, and you can see it here. It's this one here. That trade I ended up banking $691 in profit. That was on top of the DOGE trade the day before where I took another $800 in profit. Now remember that DOGE trade? I'm actually really sad about that trade because I closed the whole trade by accident Mistakes happen. I meant to partially close it and I closed the entire trade. But that one was for $802. So it's a good couple of days there. And I want to be very clear here. These weren't lottery trades. Yes, the SHIB trade is a higher leverage, but it was a managed, calculated trade. You can see the DOGE trade was on a 5x. So that's a sensible low leverage trade. But these were planned. And the high leverage trades, we managed with tight risk management. And as you can see, it's running nicely already. So where is it? Let me go and get it on the screen. 1 second. There it is there, down the bottom. There we go. So this SHIB trade is already at 75% profit. I'm $640 in profit. So don't forget, this is a separate trade from the SHIB trade from last night. I've re-entered it this morning. In fact, I'm going to show you something while I'm going to have this opportunity, because quite often I don't share my trades on screen, but you guys have been asking for it. So here they are. Now I'm going to show you something that you can do here, which is really, really good. So you can partially close your trade and lock in profits along the way. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, okay? So if I go to here and I go and press the close button, and it's going to go and ask me how much of the quantity we want to go and put in. If I go and say I want to close 25% of my trade, there's a 25% button there. Press it. It'll automatically work it out for me, okay? If I go and press the close button now, it's going to suggest what I'm going to do. So it's going to lock in $163 in profit, and it's going to close 25% of that trade. Now, I've actually got $43,000 of a position trade there with just under $900 of my own money in it because the leverage is so high. But we're going to lock this in now. There you go. I've now locked in. It's actually okay. So the price just moves as I did it, but it's actually $138 in profit that I've put in there. That's now locked in. That's mine. Now, the next part of this move is really, really important. I'm going to go and look at where my entry is. And I'm going to go and put my stop loss in because I'm going to lock that stop loss above entry again. So I'm making sure now that this trade can only be a winning trade. So I'm going to go and do this. Now we're going to go and hit the stop loss here. And we're going to go manually type this in. Now, entry for this was at 0.009174. Now, you have to do this manually because with stop losses, it only lets you type in a percentage if it's behind it. If you want a stop loss that's above entry, you have to physically type in the number. So if I type in 0.0092, that wasn't a bad guess. So that's now giving me 13%. So I like to aim for about 10% because by the time you've done your fees, your true break even is probably about 6 or 7%. But I'm okay to have it above. I normally aim for about 10. So let me just drop this down a little bit more, actually. 92. There you go. So I'm going to do that now. So now my stop loss is now at 13%. So the lowest this trade can go down to is 13%. And I'm happy with that. And as this trade goes up, I'll lock in more and more profits. If we get to 100, 120%, I'll lock in more profits. So as it stands right now, I've now got an open trade of $32,250. My margin that I've got left in of my own money is $655. And I've already locked in $138, but I'm still in $441 of profit on that trade, which at any moment I can close or take out. But I'm going to be watching this and managing this trade throughout this morning. Now, this is a high leverage trade for me. I'm actually a low leverage trader. However, I will also look at high leverage trades if we can see the right entries, especially if we're down in the community. We've got a moderator inside the Wolfpack who is a high leverage trader. He's called Phil. And quite often, we'll look at those entries together. And if he calls it with his confirmations, we'll jump in together. And that's exactly what we've done here. But I'm a low leverage trader. So let me go and show you some of the low leverage trades that I've got open at the moment. For approximately the last 5 to 6 weeks, I've been building this XRP long position. And you can see down here, this current trade is $6,622 position size. Now in margin size, that's how much of my own money I've got in that. I've got $1,935 of my own money in it. And right now it's 42% in profit and it's $825 of real money in profit. Again, I could do the same thing here, but because I'm watching the charts, I believe there's more room in this yet. As soon as I start getting to the point where I think, okay, this is where I can start taking partial profits out of this, locking up that stop loss higher. Right now, I'm just trading this and I'm watching it. In fact, the longest time I haven't been watching this trade is when I've been asleep, but I have been getting up throughout the night to go and check it. It's just the life of being a trader. But interestingly, this is a completely different type of trade. This is on a 3x leverage. This is low leverage, and I've been building this position for weeks. When everybody else was scared, when the market was dipping, I was adding to that trade. Every time it went down a little bit more, I added more. This actually started off with a $500 trade of my own money. As you can see now, we're just under $2,000. That's because as it was dropping, I was adding to it because I always knew the momentum was going to shift and we were going to go up. And when we do, I'm going to benefit. And as we can see right now, I'm $831 in profit on that trade. This is not reckless. This is controlled and this is intentional. It's roughly 820 up. I'm happy with that, but I know there's more to go. If I'm honest, I think this trade will probably end up being around $2,000 in profit. And again, I will show you that on screen when those times happen. That is the difference between gambling and structured trading. Both styles can exist side by side, but they serve completely different purposes. My SHIB trade that I've got live right now, that is a high leverage, high risk trade. That one, the only reason I'm not looking at it right now is because I'm recording this video for you. But as soon as this video stops, that trade will be expanded on my screen for the entire day. Now zooming out for a moment, XRP strength right now isn't random. Liquidity is rotating, confidence is returning, and XRP is one of the assets that moves hard when momentum hits. It doesn't creep. It doesn't grind slowly, and when XRP goes, it goes quickly. And this move is reminding people of that. For the rest of the day, I'm going to be watching the markets closely, and if XRP holds these levels, I'll be looking for continuation setups. I'll be looking for also taking out profits on the trade that I've got. And if we pull back, I want to see buyers' response and volume support. Either way, opportunity is there. And I'll be trading it live inside the Wolfpack along with the other Wolfpack members. And if you're watching this thinking, how do I actually learn these strategies properly? You can join my completely free crypto liftoff course. It covers market structure, risk management, entries and exits, and how to survive bear markets and thrive in the bull markets. It's 100% free. You're not going to get halfway through and I'm going to say, send me $500 for all the secrets or any of that crap. It's 100% free. I actually built it for the Wolfpack members to be able to help train their family members that didn't want to be full-time in the Wolfpack. But once I built it, I thought I may as well roll this out for everybody. So I adjusted the way it was built so it was more palatable for everybody out there. And now I've released it. It's 100% free and there's a link in the description. And if you want to trade live with us every day and you want to join the live streams, get involved with real-time analysis and signals, go to www.cryptowolfpack.co.uk and click on the Crypto Wolfpack. You can also use the discount code LIVE25 to get 25% off your first month subscription. Days like this are why trading is powerful. Not because of hype, not because of predictions, but because of execution, discipline, and community. If you've got value out of this video, then please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. And remember this, the strength of the wolf is in the pack.